Now, when you are at an ATM, there are some simple things you can do to be safe. Like after you slide your card, make sure you use your free hand to cover your typing one. And as the Golden Knights are getting ready to go 12,500 feet into the air, they get suited up, mentally prepared, and do what's called a dirt dive. This is where the horses are going to be staying temporarily. Now, it's no happily ever after for them just yet, but for the 19 horses that did survive the neglect, they'll have a place to stay that's safe for them right now. And once the congestion on the streets has finally cleared up, you have to worry about tripping. Put yourself in the position of some of these parents. Many work full-time jobs and have a desperate need for childcare. While most people find it simple just to go to a store and get the goods that they want to donate to their charity of choice, we found out it's best to give the charities money because they can leverage with the companies to get you more bang for that buck. Even though gas prices are steadily going down, especially here in Texas, some people say it's not enough to make a difference on their travel plans. I'm at the corner right now for the Center for Contemporary Arts. As you can see behind me, there's vendors out here. There's lots of people, some dressed up like their favorite Dr. Seuss character. Even though there's red tape blocking off the construction area right now, project managers here at the Van Kuren Square say that they expect it to be open and ready for veterans to move in around fall next year.
It's really, really hard because I think about him all the time. And then like today is just like, you know, this is the day he went home with Jesus.
Friends and family members started gathering outside of Renee Beswick's home around 6 this evening. There were smiles and laughter, but mixed with bittersweet memories of a life taken too soon.
You know, and I just began to teach him how to say hallelujah. And he was walking around, hallelujah, hallelujah.
But the memories of her 20-month-old grandson are scarred by the day he was shot and killed in a gang-related drive-by outside her home. And Rashad's little cousins are still sitting outside, not only to remember their little cousin whose life was taken, but those who organized the vigil want to send a clear message.
And maybe people will take a look at this and want to think about what they're doing when they go to slinging them guns, thinking that they might take an innocent life and might stop, somehow just put the gun down.
The gunman, Saquon Evans, was found guilty of second-degree murder in March this year. The family agrees that justice has been served, but it hasn't eased the pain of their loss.
We love you and miss you, baby Rashad.
He could have been a doctor, he could have been a lawyer, he could have been the next president, he could have been the person that came up with the cure for AIDS, cancer, anything. He could have been anything.
And if he were alive today, he would be a big brother in a few weeks. Reporting in Syracuse, Farron Stark, News Channel 9.
It's not too late to reevaluate. It's not too late.
That was the rally cry of picketing parents who marched outside the Ridge Mills Elementary School.
Then he goes to Ridge, then he went to Staley. Now he'll get pulled from Staley. We'll have to go to Fort Stanwix.
Patty was one of more than 100 parents who protested the upcoming district-wide renovations. Changes would relocate hundreds of students to a different campus and push thousands into portable trailers.
They're used to one place and everything, how it works there, but then you keep moving and they're getting all confused.
And this isn't the first time. Students like Nicholas have already been shuffled through several schools in the district.
It's not just about my kids. I don't want to see any child having to go into a trailer to be taught. To me, it doesn't make sense.
But school board leaders think this is the best thing to do.
This is the least expensive option, and we're able to complete the project in the shortest period of time. And so we believe that this is the best option.
The option they want to keep is half the school open, renovate the other half, then switch until the whole building is done. But we found out from the school board president
would be doing major asbestos abatement.
And contaminating children is a risk they won't take. Still, for others, that's not an excuse or a solution.
That's all I have is hope. That's all we can have is hope.
Hope that something can and will change, even though the board has already voted and the initiative passed. Farron Stark, News Channel 9. It was an adrenaline rush to new heights at today's air show. Planes of many shapes, styles, and sizes were all there, and we caught up with one airman who takes his pride in jumping out of the plane.
Have you ever stuck your head outside a window driving down the road?
Actually, yes, I have.
That's about what it's like, except you don't think about anything else.
20-year-old Trey Martin flies with the Golden Knights. The Golden Knights are a U.S. Army parachute team that formed back in 1959. They've performed ever since.
It goes by fast. It's 60 seconds, and we got to make it happen quick. because we're doing about 130 miles an hour.
Then we were invited on board for a lift.
We have our team leader that sits in the front. He'll be sitting right next to you in the beginning of the flight.
Okay.
The assistant team leader sits directly across from him.
And as the Golden Knights are getting ready to go 12,500 feet into the air, they get suited up, mentally prepared, and do what's called a dirt dive.
Right here from your very own Abilene, Texas.
And after rehearsing their formal introductions, it's time for takeoff.
The feeling in free fall is of total freedom. It is the wind rushing at you, and there's absolutely nothing stopping you from doing what you want in the air.
And they amazed us and everyone on the ground watching.
Out of the gold, into the black, once you're there, never go back. Woo! The Golden Knights!
I don't see it, but other people say I'm really motivating to them.
Kyle Francis joined the Marines when he was just 20 years old. He left for a tour in Afghanistan January 2010, but didn't stay for long. He was ambushed.
I got shot up May 13th, twice in my leg, once in my hand, and then everywhere else I got shot. It just the SEPI place stopped it. But I got twice in the chest and once in my ribs.
But that's not where his journey ends. Francis only came home for a little while, then continued as an active member. It was the recent medical blow earlier this year that forced him into retirement.
Nobody in my family has it, but they say, my injuries help.
Doctors think the neurological damage from his injuries overseas triggered what he has now. Francis was diagnosed with ALS, more commonly known as Lou Gehrig's disease.
Something as simple as getting dressed, I have a hard time.
The neurological disorder affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord, weakening the muscles. People with the disease lose the ability to control muscle movement, and that progressive degeneration ultimately leads to death.
Yeah. Not fair. Not fair at all.
For his mom, Lisa, the diagnosis was especially hard, but she's learning to deal with it.
We learn from him. Strength. We want him to enjoy his life as much as possible.
And sitting in his chair, spending time with his little sister, is exactly what he enjoys. On Sunday, there was a benefit in Liverpool that raised more than $30,000.
My room's in the basement.
His mom showed us his room and said the money will go to move it upstairs on the main level. And Kyle told us he's really not a fan of being in the spotlight, but at the benefit, people got a chance to honor him by writing a message to their hero.
My attitude about what I'm going through helps them get through the day because, like I said, if you're having a bad day, imagine what I'm going through, and if I stay positive about it, then you should